So we're doing these segments to answer some of the most commonly asked questions from patients around total knee replacement surgery, also known as total knee arthroplasty. These are the questions that come up all the time among patients in my clinic who are considering going through with a total knee replacement. So we're going to break these up into 3 sections: before surgery, during surgery, and after surgery, trying to answer all of the common questions I get from patients regarding total knee replacement surgery. If there's something that we don't cover, certainly let us know. Here are the top 10 questions I hear from patients leading up to a total knee replacement, along with my answers to these questions. Do I really need a knee replacement? So deciding to proceed with a total knee replacement is a major decision that should be based on a combination of factors, including medical necessity, quality of life, and personal goals. And here are the key factors I tell my patients to consider. The first is the severity of pain and limitation. How is your knee pain affecting your ability to do the things that you want to do? Does the pain persist at rest, or does it affect your sleep at night? Does it limit everyday activities like walking, climbing stairs, getting in and out of chairs? And does it affect your work, hobbies, and social life? If you've noticed that your answers to these questions is yes, and your knee is really limiting your quality of life, you've satisfied criterion number 1. The second major consideration is failure of conservative, non-surgical treatments that we use for arthritis. So when you've tried and exhausted some conservative treatments, such as physical therapy, weight loss or bracing, anti-inflammatory medications, and different types of injections like hyaluronic acid, corticosteroid, or other orthobiologic injections like platelet-rich plasma, then you've satisfied criterion number 2. So severity of symptoms, failure of conservative methods, and a diagnostic of osteoarthritis on imaging impacting your overall health and quality of life. What are the possible risks of surgery? So knee replacement is generally a safe and highly successful surgery, but like all major surgeries, it carries risks and potential complications. These include infection, blood clots like a DVT or pulmonary embolism in the postoperative period, stiffness in your new knee, potentially requiring an additional procedure to improve range of motion, fractures around the implant, injury to nerves and blood vessels around the knee, and the risks associated with either general or regional anesthesia. What are the potential factors that might increase complication risk around total knee replacement? So I love this question because it considers some of the factors or conditions that we might try to optimize prior to surgery in order to decrease the complication risk. So these are the things that have been shown to increase complication risk around knee arthroplasty: obesity, smoking, poor nutrition, diabetes, advanced age and bone health conditions like osteoporosis, and inflammatory arthritis, things like rheumatoid arthritis. So let's quickly touch base on the first 3: obesity, smoking, and poor nutrition. These would be considered modifiable risk factors in that they can change in order to decrease the complication risk. Patients can lose weight, quit smoking well in advance of their procedure, and work to improve their nutrition leading up to surgery. It's critically important to identify factors that you might be able to change or at least improve leading up to a knee replacement in order to decrease your overall risk of complications. What is the success rate? So a TKA is a very successful operation. Approximately 90 to 95% of patients experience a significant pain relief, improved function and mobility, and a higher quality of life. How long will my new knee last? So this refers to implant longevity. About 90 to 95% of implants still function well at about 15 years post-surgery, and about 80 to 85% last 20 years or more. Some of the more modern implants are lasting over 25 years, especially with improved surgical techniques and the materials that we're using. Recent data, in fact, suggests that the 20-year survival rate is upwards of 95 to 97%. Will I need both knees replaced? So the answer to this question is no, not necessarily, but it is fairly common. Remember, the decision to proceed with a knee replacement should be based on a number of factors, including your symptom severity and failure of conservative non-surgical treatment modalities. Also importantly, a TKA is used to treat end-stage osteoarthritis, and just because you have osteoarthritis in one knee doesn't necessarily mean you're going to end up with osteoarthritis in the other knee. Studies have shown, however, that about 30 to 50% of patients who undergo a total knee replacement on one knee will typically have the other knee replaced within about 5 to 10 years. What is my new implant made of? So the femoral and tibial components are typically made of titanium and titanium alloys. The plastic or polyethylene spacer between the components is made up of ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene. How should I prepare for surgery? So you should do your best to optimize your modifiable risk factors that might increase your complication risk. Get fit, healthy, and strong. Occasionally, we send patients for prehab. This is rehab, but before surgery, so we call it prehab instead of rehab. Additionally, certain things you can do around the house might help you in your preparation for surgery. Things like using an elevated seat, or maybe if your bed is on the 3rd story, you might want to get a bed downstairs that might help you to avoid having to climb up 3 sets of stairs getting to your bedroom. Am I too young or too old for this surgery? Great question. Age is a factor in deciding whether total knee arthroplasty is right for you, but it's not the only factor, and there's no strict age limit. Some good reasons to proceed at a younger age might be severe disabling pain that limits daily life, failure of conservative treatment modalities, and willingness to commit to rehab and protect the implant long term. In terms of considering a TKA for older patients, say greater than 80, many older adults do very well, often with dramatic improvements in their mobility and independence. Age itself isn't the main concern, but rather overall health and surgical risk are. Key risks to consider include heart or lung conditions, frailty, and the ability to rehab after your surgery. A good candidate at an older age is a medically stable candidate, has realistic goals, including pain relief and improved function, and can participate in a post-operative rehab course, allowing them to gain a great outcome after surgery. Will it hurt a lot afterward, and how will my pain be managed? This is a good question experienced by a lot of patients. We use a multimodal approach to pain management after TKA, and this is a comprehensive strategy that uses multiple different methods and medications to control pain effectively, reduce your opioid use, and support a faster recovery. Some of the non-opioid medications that we use include acetaminophen or Tylenol for baseline pain control, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen, and COX-2 inhibitors like Celebrex. Additionally, we infiltrate your knee after surgery with a mixture of local anesthetics and anti-inflammatories, including a newer drug, a long-acting local anesthetic. One of the examples of this is Exparel. These medications last for a few days after surgery, decreasing your need for medication like opioids in the initial postoperative period, helping you get up and walk quicker, and so on. Some of the non-medication strategies that we use include ice and cold therapy to reduce swelling around your knee, compression and elevation, and early physical therapy, as we know movement improves pain all around. Will I need a blood transfusion? Today, transfusion rates are typically under 5%, so overall the risk is very low. Many hospitals now report rates below 1 to 2% for uncomplicated cases. One of the new drugs we use is called tranexamic acid. This is either administered IV or inter your knee after surgery, and it's a medication to help decrease the need for a blood transfusion after the procedure. If you're considering a knee replacement and want to know whether you're a good candidate, check out some of our other videos and give us a call if you'd like me to walk through the process with you in person.